It's time for round number 2 of the Muscle and Power Tournament, where 8 drivers will test their skills, but only 4 will be moving on to the next round. Before we meet our racers, I'd like to announce the Slanman Customs Invitational Race. This is a circuit between the 3 tracks that you see listed. There will be 6 Formula 1 cars racing in a format never seen here before, so stay tuned. And if you'd like some awesome parts for your own track, check out the Slanman Customs link in the description below. Use the code REV10 to save 10% off your order. And with that out of the way, let's meet our drivers. Starting us off, we've got Cooper driving for MQH Racing in his 2005 Ford Mustang GT. Next, we've got Liv Young Diecast and Lone Star in the 79 Dodge Charger. Followed by Mrs. Nefarious representing Dubious Diecast in her 2020 Tesla Roadster. And finally, driving the 1971 Plymouth GTX for Rusty Rod Racing, it's Skank. Alright, round 2, race 1, we've got Cooper from MQH Racing in the pole position. To his left, we've got Skank and Rusty Rod Racing. Here we go. First lap. MQH out in front. And Cooper looking good here as Skank and Lone Star battle in the back. Cooper will hang on for first. Skank in second, Lone Star in third, and Mrs. Nefarious in fourth. Okay, our drivers are lined up for race 2. Mrs. Nefarious moving up front, Skank into the pole position. Off they go, looking like checkers barreling down the raceway. Mrs. Nefarious with a nice move on the inside to gain the lead, with Skank and Lone Star battling for second. And she will hang on for first, Skank in second, Lone Star in third, and Cooper in fourth. Alright, so after 2, we've got a 3-way tie, but Lone Star and Liv Young Diecast not far behind, and he'll get his chance moving to the front line here. Down the ramp, around the summons, Lone Star out in front, Miss Nefarious right behind, followed by Cooper and Skank, and they will finish in that order. Alright, coming into the final race here, and it's a super close one. Any of these 2 could advance, but Lone Star in the pole position with the best chance. As he goes up and down, but here comes Cooper stealing second from Mrs. Nefarious. Cooper riding Lone Star's tail, but Lone Star will hold out with Cooper in second, Mrs. Nefarious in third, and Skank in fourth. And after the tally, Lone Star and Liv Young Diecast will advance. But we've got a tie between Dubious Diecast and MQH Racing, which means we'll go to a tiebreaker round. Each driver will have 1 run from the inside lane. The fastest time takes it. They only have 1 shot, so DNFs do not get a rerun, unless both drivers do not finish. And up first here, Mrs. Nefarious and Dubious Diecast. She will try to set the pace here as that Tesla purrs down the speedway. Her qualifying run was an 11.807, as she looks quite a bit slower on this run as she goes side to side, hitting rails and losing a lot of time. And she turns in a 13.192, quite a bit slower than her qualifier. As we watch her run from the top, you see her lose control a few times and hit the sidewalls, which costs her some time, and she leaves the door open for Cooper and MQH Racing. And Cooper is ready to go. His qualifying time was a 12.340, so he is very capable of beating Mrs. Nefarious's time. Around turn 1, up and down he goes, and looking good here. He goes sideways just as Mrs. Nefarious did there, and he crashes around the bottom back straight, bringing his chances to an end. Cooper unable to control it coming out of Deadman's turn, and he eliminates himself. He had a good looking run going. I think it would have been a close one had he finished, but now we'll never know. So congratulations to Liv Young Diecast and Dubious Diecast. They will both advance to the next round. And now let's meet our drivers for the next group. First up, we've got Flowrider driving a 2010 Chevy Camaro SS for NJ Drive Racing. Then it's Sam Hall and Team DRT3K in their 99 Ford Mustang. Next, we've got James Ironbeard driving for Ironbeard Customs in their 2017 Chevy Camaro. And finally, driving for Variant Skunk Works, it's Lara Ray in her 2020 Tesla Roadster. Group 2 is ready to roll. We've got Flo Rida and Sam Hall on the left, Lara Ray and James Ironbeard on the right, and they are off. Lara Ray getting derailed and flying off the track. Meanwhile, Flo Rida out in front, but James Ironbeard all over him, trying to find a pass, but he won't. And Sam Hall finishing in third. Let's take a look at the replay. Something very interesting happened here. Lara Ray gets shoved off the track by James Ironbeard, but she ends up landing right at the finish line. Amazing! But unfortunately for her, that was a DNF run, as the 4 major turns are checkpoints. Okay, so after that amazing stunt pulled by Lara Ray, she sits at the bottom of the scoreboard, Flo Rida on top. And he is leading the pack here around the summons. Lara Ray coming in for a beautiful overtake. And she is driving with a vengeance, taking first, and Flo Rida with a bonus point in second. And it looks like both James Ironbeard and Sam Hall ending their run at the final turn. Let's take a look, as it looks like Sam Hall tried to avoid hitting Ironbeard, and he goes off the rails, with both of them skidding to a stop. So going into 3, Lara Ray with a very big move there, putting herself in second. But she is in the unfavorable starting position. Let's see if she can hang on. And a nice pass to get herself into third. Meanwhile, Sam Hall in the front, James Ironbeard right behind him. And they will finish with Flo Rida in fourth. The final race, and it is a close one. Flo Rida in first, but he rotates into that number 4 starting position. James Ironbeard in the pole position, and he's out in front around the summons. Lara Ray right behind him. He skids out, pulls a 180. If he can hang on, he'll get that bonus point, and he does. Lara Ray in second, Flo Rida in third, and Sam Hall in fourth. And Ironbeard with a smooth 180 there. He almost gets bullied here by the pack, but he's able to control his car and finishes. So both James Ironbeard from Ironbeard Customs and Flo Rida with NJ Drive Racing with 12 points, advancing on to the next round. Congratulations to the 4 advancing teams. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week with groups 5 and 6.